cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass back.
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 56 to Mike.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Rip left, rip left. Slam.
First down, a run with Cohen. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 58, right there. Coming to 12, fellas. Here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go again. Here we go. I got this.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 180!
All right, T. All right, T. Check three. He's checking.
21.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Now Trubisky to throw. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. 18.
56, Mike, 56. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Check back.
On 1st down, Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Trubisky now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10.
Alert! 56 to Mike. 5. Watch the script.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go heavy. Everyone's got it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. This is caught. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Right there. 56. Double dog. That's the way. Check. Fresno. Hey, 18. Flare. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Alert. We ain't beginning.
Now it's Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Davis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Red, 56 to Mike.
Now Trubisky. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 3 yards out, and the Bears have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Garoppolo on first down. On the screen, this is Coleman. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
You better be afraid of me. Kill. Out. Check. 21.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Slam. 11. 21.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. It's caught by Coleman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is Cohen. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert! 56, Silver.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Bears push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Two. Mike, 58, right there. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, San Francisco.
Send one west. Go against the mic. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
61. Match box, flight. 21.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
21. 45. I got this. 25. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Watch out. Deuce. Flag. 11.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Here we go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
12, fellas. Here we go. 11. Hey, gun.
Watch the run.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route.
Here we go.
Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. That's complete to Robinson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Davis. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it a gain of 5. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Garoppolo on first down. Completes it to Coleman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Garoppolo now. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down now, it's Coleman. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And the 49er first down.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Pettis hauling this in from Garoppolo. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 13 yards out. And the 49ers get a score closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Trubisky on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
$56 right there, 56. Watch the back.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky, blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge. It's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Undercut. No.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
He's coming. Double up.
21.
Joker.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Go ahead.
One final try now for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not
need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. Shit, we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard